Welcome back to Self Revelations. It's your boy B-Dab.
And I am Juan Moreno.
Big shout out to Present Gift. You know, I got the drip on right now, you know.
And shout out to also Just Train by Steven Thayer. Also, B-Dab is over there training as well.
Yes, sir. Steven the GOAT.
Perfect. I know you have more information as well about the gym. So if you can just give more information.
Yeah, no, I've been training at this gym for about, a little over 3 months. And, bro, it's been like the best experience ever, bro. Like, this gym is so dope. And, like, how it's set up, like, it has, like, the little turf area so I can do, like, my footwork and stuff like that, or do my ladder drill or whatever. And then even the sleds and stuff like that. And then in the weight room, they got all the racks and stuff set up. And it's just perfect, like, because it doesn't get flooded in there to where it's like, I can't get to a squat rack. And when I'm doing my classes and stuff, there's a big gym and then there's a small one like in the other room. So it's pretty dope. I love it. And Steven has done nothing but show love since I got there. So, man, I love being in that gym, man. I love it.
It's definitely a great energy too. Like, I've been there for a while too, and I was training with you as well. Yeah. And just being in there, you could just sense like the camaraderie and the community and just a great attitude, great atmosphere. And then you see all those like paintings on the wall. What's his name?
Pedro.
Which also with his brand that we were wearing in the last episode with the Kobe sweater, like, it's just so dope to be in. And it literally feels like, you can be a regular like 9-to-5 person that you feel like you're like an athlete when you get up in there. You see all these like different drills, and then I see Steven and even the drills that you have the other people do when you train them. Right. You really feel like a sense of like you're actually doing more than just working out. Like, you actually feel good about yourself and feel like you're pushing yourself more than just a regular, no shade, but going to like an in-shape trainer or something and doing one of those like cheap ass, YouTube videos that they probably copied and now is doing to their clients. Like, you have like a more sense of it's more intimate. Like, you feel more confident in that person as your trainer.
Yeah, facts. Because when you're training with people, especially when I'm doing my one-on-ones, I feel like personal with them, because I'm like, I'm getting to know them, their kids. They're telling me their goals, where they want to be. And it's really like up to you to help them reach their goals. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, they have 23 hours outside of your gym to really be better, but with that hour they're in there with you, you gotta be on your shit, and you gotta push them as much as you can. You know what I mean? And my experience like so far has been great with all the people I've been with. Like, I've met some really good people, and it's been a fun ride, bro. I really see myself doing this like long term, for real.
I think it's so fulfilling, right?
Yeah. I just like, because I like influencing people. Not influence. I don't want to say influence, but
you are.
I like motivating people, to develop healthier habits, especially when they come directly to me, like, hey, B-Dab, like, I've been struggling with losing weight, yada, yada, yada. I've never lifted weights. Can you help me with my squat form? Can you help me lose 5 to 10 pounds before this wedding, or whatever it may be? I don't care what it is, right? I'm going to do everything in my best ability to help them, right? So it's self-fulfilling, motivating them and stuff like that, and getting them to where they want to be. It's dope, I love personal training.
That's definitely inspiring, right? Because like, you're putting people in position and also giving them like the confidence to then achieve whatever look or feeling that they want. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, for real. And it's like even being in there, like, it's crazy to say, bro. All my clients are so dope, like, but my female clients are funny as hell, bro. Like, just in certain instances, like they be like saying that they're gonna like write a Yelp review on me. They're like, it's ghetto in here. I'm about to give you a 4 out of 10 or whatever. Like, they be messing with me like that, but it'd be hecka funny. It'd be hecka funny.
You gotta have
when we have
humor.
Our classes and stuff, like, cause it's all like when one of my classes, like, it's majority couples. So it's like, Chris and his wife, Devin, and, his wife, Lupe, and everybody. And it's just a good vibe. Like, as soon as everybody come in, everybody start talking, chilling, chatting it up, whatever. Then we get to the grind, and they get to work, bro. They be grinding. So, no, that's definitely, I just love the environment. And then, having Steven there, anytime I have questions about anything, or even I need guidance about something, bro, he's so quick to help me, bro. Like, even when I first came in, bro, he was so quick. I got my key to the gym the first day that I came up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was so willing, to guide me and all that stuff. It's just like I just know like that's somebody I would go into business with long term for sure. You know, regardless of what route I go. You know when I make it to the league or whatever, that's somebody I would look to invest in, especially being in the Manteca area.
Right.
Because I just see him just sitting back and just watching him train his people, sitting back and watching him, train himself. You know what I mean? He's not just showing you. He's like he lives it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can respect that. That's like my type of people. You know what I mean? So
that's so dope, man.
But
Shout out to
but it's
them.
dope, man. It's a big shout out to Steven, man. But let's get back on track. How you been, bro? How's your mental? How you been this past week? Because we didn't have a chance to talk really that much, other than BSing on the phone.
No, it's been good, man. I just been just reminding myself just how grateful I am, like to be alive, and the fact that I'm safe at this current moment. I get to learn and talk to people, influence, help, also myself. Like one thing I've been noticing too is like the more I talk to people, the more I learn about myself, the more I understand myself more, because I'm being open with, times that are challenging or maybe some questions, or, talking to people that have experience, that have dealt with certain circumstances that maybe I am going through at this moment, really helps me then guide myself to put myself in a position where I can be successful or content or at peace with whatever goal or confrontation or conflict that I'm dealing with, maybe at work or at life or my family. So right now I'm just like trying to get my balance of my health, making sure I'm taking care of myself, making sure I'm nourishing the relationships that I have, checking in, saying hello, maybe sent a reply or a message on social media or a phone call, just trying to make sure I'm showing love to the people that are still here on this earth that I feel means a lot to me, because you want to love people when they're here, not only after they pass. Like I think that's one thing I've been doing, just like being in the moment, loving people in the moment, loving them for themselves at this time, and not wait until somebody's on a t-shirt.
Give them their flowers while they're here. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. Because it feels so good, like telling somebody that they look good today, or like you look very beautiful today, either female or even a man, like you looking, I always say, you can kill it today, like you flexing today. Like people don't realize, man, because a lot of people don't get compliments too, even if they're in a relationship. Like some females who would dress up and might not get a compliment from the people that they want the compliment from. So sometimes compliments does help build confidence for people that they don't get that. Some people that are beautiful, regardless of how they look, sometimes feel like they're ugly because they don't get the attention. So I feel like sometimes you want to be careful, right, with attention. You don't want to just be doing things for compliments or seeking some type of entitlement of attention, but you definitely want to be able to show love to people, show them that they have value and that they're beautiful inside and out, personality, or just try to influence somebody, just show love. Yeah, give flowers, support them, do what you can, make a post if your friend is starting a business or a clothing brand, whatever the hell it is, even if they don't even pursue it or they end up adventuring to something else. I think showing love and showing appreciation in that moment at that time, like a simple post or a message, definitely does help people also feel gratitude, and that energy comes back to you. Yeah, you show love to other people, people show love to you back. Yeah, if you move in a way of hate and jealousy, and you want to kind of judge somebody and always question what they're doing, then now they're gonna do that same shit to you, and I wouldn't want that. So that's why treat people how you want to be treated, regardless how other people that might not be in the best position, might be anger, jealousy, depressed, not know how to handle themselves, or I don't want to say control emotions, but maybe understand their emotions, where they're showing a bunch of hate towards you. Yeah. And you gotta accept people for themselves, keep your distance, hopefully they figure it out, send them a book recommendation, something, but you got to keep it moving and just keep, being the person who you are, which is treating people with love and respect, because you want that back.
Yeah, facts. And like you said, go back to what you're saying about posting and doing stuff for people, showing love, right? You're not doing that for something back. You might do it like that energy to return back to you, but you're not doing it like, oh, you better post when I post something. Even if you do that stuff for them and they don't, post your stuff when say you open up a business or whatever, then it's no hard feelings, right? But you know that energy is still going to return you, like you said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And do you feel like, how you just said that, reaching out to people and, motivating people and basically being in that realm of being that light for other people, do you feel like that's your calling? Like like not only does it feel good to you, but it feels like it just feels right.
Yeah, and for me specifically, it feels like that's what I'm meant to do, is to show love, be a light, give people the confidence and the appreciation for, being themselves, being comfortable in your own skin, your own clothes, your own liking, your own appearance, like your own, interest and passions, like letting you know that it's okay to like what you like. I might not be fond of the music you listen to, but who gives a fuck what I think? If you like it and that makes you happy, then enjoy it. And I just want, like, my goal was to always just encourage people to be yourself. Always be yourself. Don't be what your dad wants you to be if that's not what you feel is true to you. And just like showing love, like, because a lot of people don't got that. And even people who you would think have that because of how they look or what they're doing in their life, sometimes don't get appreciated. So sometimes it makes people feel less, especially like men. So you kind of have the pressure of, providing and trying to fix all the problems, and you want things to be perfect. And it doesn't even only apply to men, but I'm speaking as a man. Like, that's one pressure that I have. So it's good to, hear from somebody else that, you're doing good right now. Like, you just keep pushing, keep working on yourself. And working on yourself doesn't mean like, changing who you are, but working on yourself is understanding how you work and put yourself in the position to get the outcomes that you want in order to be successful in whatever field that is. And that's definitely one of the things I look at, and especially with this podcast, is like I do want to help inspire people to be truly who you are and just be the best version of you.
Yeah, facts. Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about, bro. If you ain't trying to improve or set yourself up to be as successful as you can be, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? If you're just complacent with just being that's fine. If you don't want to get better, if you stuck in your own ways, that it is what it is. But don't look to hate on other people when you don't progress and other people surpass you in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's a lot of times what happens when, people have, everyone has their opinion, but when people have that certain outlook on somebody and then they have a steady climb throughout their life, you know what I mean? You might be used to seeing someone like, oh, this dude has always, been a little brother to me or something like that. And then once that person starts grinding, making money, starts a business, now he's driving a Benz and you still in a Honda, it might, nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, like, that might rub somebody wrong if they haven't, progressed or in a way haven't looked to be better. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at that stuff as motivation rather than looking at it as, oh, like, nah, he used to be like this. This is probably how he still is. Like, yada, yada, yada. At the end of the day, just, focusing on yourself. If you're not getting better, you shouldn't have nothing to say about nobody else, right? About nobody's business or relationship, whatever. Focus on your own shit.
You really do got to stay on your toes and just focus on your path, on your road. You see a lot of people like project themselves onto you. Like you could be happy as shit, listen to this one song and then somebody come in there like, man, take this whack ass shit off. Like, why are you listening to this?
Give me the
aux. Give me the aux. And you're like, you're like, hell no. Like, I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time with this music. You better
like Adele.
Yeah. You gotta put some miles on them shoes in. You better hop off this car. This is a driver's car. That's hella funny. But yeah, man, like think about it. How many times have you been, you felt the feeling of somebody maybe years before trying to do something right now, how they would try to look at you in a way of the past when there was a moment that they were doing good things back then, and they try to compare or try to bring you back to that old you where maybe they were the high school athlete star back then, but they're not no more. They're not doing it no more. But then they keep trying to pull you back to a point where you were maybe a freshman in high school, but you weren't, at where you are right now. As in, you keep going, you've gotten better, you've gotten stronger, even stronger than that person. You ever had a feeling where somebody's trying to bring you back to an older version of you?
Yeah, both football wise and just life in general. Football wise, like someone saying like stuff like in the same realm as like, oh, like you went to Manteca High, you guys didn't play anybody that good. Well,
there you go.
At practice, you can't block me, and I'm smacking you around, and you can't catch a ball on me. So, who's really better? Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? Or like, okay, you went to a prominent high school or whatever. Mind you, I'm in college.
Right.
Whatever it may be. Okay, you went to college. Say wherever. Like, oh, I went to this big school. Yada yada. Okay, we're at the same place. We're both at MJC.
Right.
Or we're at the same place. We're both at Lamar. So it's saying something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
humble pie.
And that's trying to pull you back to like, or try to like, in a way, give you like lowball you, like, oh,
belittle
you guys, or belittle you. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a better way to say it. Belittle you, like, oh, you went to a small school, bro. Y'all don't play ball out there, like something like that. And I'm like, what? We don't play ball? Okay, bet. Like, we'll see when the match come on. We'll see when it's no more talking and that football is actually being played. We'll see who goes in the back of the line during the hitting drills.
I think my best example too, bro, is like when you look back into Max Crosby that plays for the Raiders. Like he went to I think he went to like not Michigan State, Eastern Michigan, right? Which isn't like quote unquote Michigan State. It's like they try to it's at a lower level. Yeah. It's not at a higher level. They try to right. Well,
that's FBS. I'm tripping. That's FBS.
I'm not sure. I don't know nothing.
But it's not no Michigan.
That's what I'm saying, right? No, so you get people try to do that to you, like, oh, you played at a lower level school, or you see scouts, that are recruiting players to get into the NFL. They look at them like, oh, they didn't play at a higher level. Like, what is it, like one of the top divisions, like in college? It's like
it goes FBS, D1 it's D1 FBS, D1 AA. It goes D2 NAIA, then D3.
See, so right there. But then you see what the hell he's doing. Just made a Pro Bowl, like unstoppable. Nobody could stop Max Crosby. Like, this dude has a fucking engine that just does not turn off. No, all gas, no brakes.
He's a dog.
So it's like, that's why I always think about, it's like you have to humble yourself and don't judge the other person or compare where you guys are at when it comes to skill level, strength, and anything. I think the moment you start to judge somebody, you just fucked yourself over, because time is going to tell, and time is always going to show, who was really about what they were talking about, or if they were really, impeccable with what they were saying and being honest with themselves, or were they just trying to portray and try to, make themselves better, sound better to themselves, to you, by belittling your accolades.
Yeah. And that's just it's such a bad reflection of them. Like,
jealousy.
It's like, oh, you went to that school? Pff, y'all ain't got no, like, bro.
Right.
It's like, it's kind of crazy, but like, that's never bothered me. Like, I've had people like try to pull me back to that, but that's never bothered me, because I always knew, like, in my head, I'm like, I am the best at what I do. Point blank, period. No one's going to tell me different. I don't care what anyone says. I'm the best at what I do. So when I got in those positions, I was just like, I was at Manteca High going to MJC. It was, when I first got there, it was like a lot of people that was coming from these other schools. Oh, he went here. He's cold. Yeah, he's went here. He's cold. He's a dog. Yeah. And then a little quiet kid that was, standing in the back, doing the drills, busting his ass, ended up being the dog of the team, the dog of the defense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, the talking, all that shit doesn't matter. What are you going to do when them pads get on? That's the thing. Right. What you really going to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It at the end of the day, it does not matter. You know what I mean? To a certain extent, yeah, obviously somebody go to Alabama and somebody go to a D3 school, it's going to be a difference. But, even with the league, bro, the league is 50% undrafted motherfuckers playing.
See?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it
don't matter.
It don't matter where you at now. Maybe back then, yeah, it mattered, but it does not matter, bro. They'll get you from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people in the D3 that go to the league. Like, bro, it does not matter. If you working, you working.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was crazy. And, like I know that, you know, saying, you know, telling myself over and over and over, like, that's manifestation. But, like, are you big into manifestation or no?
100%. I mean, I had to manifest myself out of, you know, a lot of challenging times where I felt like there was no goal or no reach of what I was trying to achieve. And manifestation really brought me with the visualization of grasping, you know, a certain place or thing or material or car or, you know, apartment, my own place, my own, you know, independent, my future goals, even things that I'm achieving for right now. This podcast was a manifestation.
Yeah, facts. I mean, how many weeks did we actually like talk about it before we actually did it? How many weeks?
We started right in January, the podcast, but we were building from I want to say last year in July or
it
July
had to be July.
Yeah.
It had to be, bro, because it was a cool minute before we
talking about it.
Did the first episode.
Damn.
And it didn't. It literally. Because when did we start this? We started putting up the walls and stuff. October-ish.
Yeah,
was it October
or November? No, you know what? It might have been more recent, like December or November. Maybe I'm wrong.
Because we're no, you might be right. You might be right. It might be December because we did this. We got to look at our post, but I think it was November, December. It was like
November, I believe.
But yeah, man, like in your daily life, do you like manifest like daily? Like, do you be like, okay, like I need to do this. I need to make sure I do this. Like, okay, I need to be like, I need to do this. I need to be here. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to be in this mentality. Like, do you do stuff like that on the daily?
Especially when I wake up in the morning. Like, I have a routine where I wake up every day, 2:30 a.m. I wake up, you know, get up, and I have these thoughts that I like run through my head of, you know what, today's gonna be a good day. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be the best version of myself. Take things slow. Fast is smooth. Smooth is fast. Be calm, clear, concise. I have like a lot of mantras that I manifest in that moment because every day is a new day. So that's the way I look at it. You know, whatever happened yesterday. Whatever happens tomorrow, it's today, not tomorrow. So like be in this moment. You know, I'm gonna drive safe. I'm gonna take my time. And this is before I started driving. So obviously I'm drinking. I start my tea. I drink my athletic greens. I drink my liquid IV, water, and I just start, you know, envisioning, you know, why I'm waking up this early and putting myself in the best position to achieve the goals, you know, pay off debt, invest more, things to do with the podcast, nourishing relationships. Today I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to inspire people. I'm going to not judge people. I just started manifesting the moment that I wake up. The moment I wake up, I just start putting myself into this, like, energy, this who I want to be today, what I'm trying to achieve. And it's not a fake or it's not a front. Some people think like I'm overly like positive or I'm faking it. Like I hear a lot of work too, because a lot of people at work, you know, are sometimes, you know, not content, not happy. You know, they're going to a 9-to-5, clocking in and out, have a boss. They look at the, you know, they blame the boss man and stuff like this for their lack of, you know, will or clear, or, you know, mental health, stuff like that. Like you are able to, you know, put yourself in the best position to have a different perspective. So that's what I do. I manifest a different perspective every single day to put me at peace, to then build towards what I'm trying to do, which is, you know, buy a few acres of land for my family, make sure my investments that I'm making money in, or the money that I'm using to make my investments are, you know, simple, clear, and have value. Talk to my friends and, you know, making sure that, you know, I am here, or for my family, like you guys aren't alone. I'm here to be a light, you know, literally manifest the person who I'm trying to be and manifest what I'm trying to do and the goals that I'm trying to get. Like manifest that feeling of, you know, driving down that road, driving up to your gates, and, you know, I have that acre of land with the gates opening with my initials or my last name blasted right there on the gate and LED lighting, Moreno right there. Like I literally be thinking about that every single day for sure.
And it's gonna happen.
manifest.
It's gonna happen sooner than you expect. In my opinion, I feel like it's gonna happen sooner than you expect, and I'm gonna manifest that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, no, that's pretty dope.
What about you though? When it comes to manifestation.
When it comes to manifestation, I'm a big believer on that, and you know, obviously visualization. And I'll get caught up in my thoughts and do it. I will like lose track of time because I'll be thinking, like I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, okay, today's gonna be a good day. I'll be like, thank you for waking up, because at the end of the day, you never know. You know what I mean? That could be your last breath. You going to sleep, could be your last breath. You cannot wake up. It happens every day. You know, people with perfect health. So, you know, I always give thanks for, you know, what I have. And I try not to ask for too much. I don't really, when I'm praying and stuff, or when I'm like, you know, just in my thoughts, I try not to, you know, when I'm, you know, praying, I try not to ask for too much. I just thankful what I have. And then, you know, I get up, I start doing my stuff. And I'm getting into like the new habits of like yoga and trying to like meditate in the morning. So
nice.
When I'm thinking about these things and thinking about, you know, where I want to be in the next 6 months, I know a lot of stuff is going to change pretty quick. So, and I'm thinking about these things. I'm thinking about making plays, and that's like my main thing. And it like, I can feel myself in that moment.
Wow.
And I just like, you know, I just telling myself, you know, just be great, you know, try to be exactly how people perceive me is how I'm trying to be. I don't want to be one of the people that like, I'm gonna post my workout and I'm not gonna work out for 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be that type of guy, or post like, yeah, I'm outside, I'm over here training, yada yada, and I'm sitting down on my phone. No, I want to be I want to be exactly what I put out, you know, in every asset. So yeah, I'm big on, you know, manifestation, visualization, you know, even before I knew what it was. Like I kind of talked about last episode. I have to do those things. These are things I have to do outside, because once you get on the field, that's the easy part. You know what I mean? Like we know what we come to do. You know the scheme. You know the prep. What are you thinking about the week before the game? You know what I mean? Because the preparation is where you win. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get ahead. You know what I mean? And same thing for the year. If you ain't got no goals for your season, if you don't have no goals for your month, if you don't have no goals for your job, where you want to be, then it's so easy to be stagnant. But if you have goals and you're visualizing yourself, you're visualizing, oh, I want to have a home with my name on it. I want to have, you know, these acres for me and my family. Like that drives you, that pushes you to be better and to bust your ass now to get those things. Right. So I just think it's so big and it's critical. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like any and everybody should be doing those things. You know, whether if you want to be a musician, an artist, you know. I've seen some what was the dude that you had listened to? His name my cousin had interviewed him on their podcast. La Russell. Yes. My cousin interviewed him in one of their podcasts, so bro. Dope. Cool ass dude. And I think it was him, and I think it was somebody else. They would visualize like doing concert, and a lot of artists are like that. They'll like visualize in concerts, a whole bunch of people like dance to their music and stuff like that. Like that's like, it's real, bro. Like, and I just think it's crazy. And in the same sense, like I imagine myself, like literally I've sat there and imagined myself like in a Raiders helmet, in a Chiefs helmet, Denver Broncos helmet, and just coming out of the tunnels, like in different stadiums, coming out of the tunnels and looking around, seeing my family, like just from me doing this can change my whole family's life. So it's just like, you know, bringing them all together, them having an event, you know, just to go to, like, oh, we all watching Uncle Brent. Like, they're going to remember this for the rest of their life, and just seeing like, dang, what can I make for my family, you know? Right. Doing all this, like, where can my family be? Like, manifesting, just thinking about it, it gets me excited for like my goals to, like, you know, make these goals reality.
Your thoughts are powerful. So powerful. You know, I was thinking, I'm not the most religious person, but I am like a huge believer in like faith, like believing. I believe like in a higher power. Like there's something that either it's me or my energy or somebody outside of myself is, you know, watching out for me or guiding me. And I would pray a lot. There was points where I would pray every day, especially in times of need. I would pray. There was times where, you know, I used to pray for things. I used to like, oh, I need this, I want this, how come I need this, God, why are you not listening, or what's going on? And I remember, like, I don't know where maybe just myself came to a realization that, maybe you're not meant to have those things right now, or maybe that's not what you should be prioritizing. Maybe you should actually just be thankful for what you have, like just being thankful for the littlest thing, like the air that you can breathe, the fact that you can breathe through your nose and your mouth, the fact that you can walk, the fact that you have all your fingers, the fact that I have my eyelashes, my eyebrows, my hair. Like, there is literally an abundance amount of things that you can be grateful for, instead of focusing like on the negative, which you see in social media, or there's always something you can fix of your physical appearance. But sometimes you have to just be grateful that the fact that, you have what you have, and you have a family or not, or you have maybe a perspective that other people are suffering with. When I think about the praying thing, I was thinking about, when you pray, like being thankful for what you have instead of wishing for what you don't have.
No, facts. Like, and it has to be like that, because you don't want to. Only time you talk to God is, "Hey God, I need about 300,000 right now." You know
that would help right now.
It's like, dang, like you wasn't saying that when you was out chasing all these females, man. Like, the only time you talk to me is when you want something. I see that, bro. You know what I mean? And even in like games and stuff, like I'll always go and pray before the games and stuff. And one thing about me is, like, I forgot who I talked to about this, but I talked with one of my teammates, and he was like asked me, like, "Oh, what do you pray for?" I was like, "Oh, I just pray that I could play the best of my ability. Obviously, I don't want anybody to get hurt, on either team. You know what I mean? Because I know what it feels like to be hurt and not be able to do what you love, right? I really give thanks to him for allowing me to be in that position, but I don't pray to win. You know what I mean? Like, that's just weird. It's weird to me, because it's like, okay, then who's gonna win win the game depends on their faith. Like, no, like, God, like, there's a lot of other things that God can focus on. He's like, but you're gonna pray for a football game. There's people out here with cancer. There's people out here in third world countries that are really struggling.
Right.
He's worried about your high school football game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, but I pray to, play to the best of my abilities, and, so everyone could be, and everybody could be safe. That's it. Right. You feel me? And I just always felt right with doing that. I don't want to see nobody else break their arm, or
you know what I'm saying?
Time. It's not bro. It's not, because at the end of the day, we all have the same goal. We're on like a battlefield, but at the same time, I know you just trying to feed your family. I'm trying to feed mines, and once the whistle blows, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, now it's my family going to eat over yours. That's the only difference. When I'm in prayer, I hope you don't get hurt. But once that whistle blows, bruh, best of luck to you. You know what I mean? Because I'm not thinking about, your well-being while the game is going. You feel me?
Right.
But hell yeah, man. And one thing I wanted to ask you, when we're talking about, manifesting and stuff like that, your word. How important is your word to you? You know what I mean? Like, your word is a man. And I know even with stuff, like, I say stuff that I don't mean sometimes. Like, I'll joke around and say stuff, and I'm like, I think to myself, I'm like, damn, I don't want to kind of manifest that. I'm joking. Like, I'll be joking around and like tell my mom like, oh yeah, I got like 5 baby mamas or something like that. Or I'll joke around with somebody like, and I'm like, damn, I don't want to manifest that shit. Like, I'm cool. I ain't ready. I'm not ready. You know what I'm saying? But what about you? Like, how's it for you?
When I think about like being honest with your word, I think about the philosophy I learned behind the book, The 4 Agreements, like chapter 1, being impeccable with your word. Like, not saying nothing that you don't mean. Now, there's difference, being funny, like you're joking around, or roasting people, roasting your friends, Like, we call each other ugly all the time, but we know we both some handsome looking men. So, and you can't knock this confidence down. Nobody can. It's impossible. It's the foundation is set.
Oh, we.
But man, when I think about, like being honest with your word, being impeccable with your word is just being honest to yourself and to others. And, what your words are so powerful. Like you can literally manifest within your words, and your words can help influence in a good way or in a bad way to other people. So it's kind of like, if you wake up in the morning and you say to yourself, it's going to be this day's going to suck. Guess what? The day is going to suck. Like everything you do, you have already put yourself in a thought, in a trance of like today. Like you could be in the best of mood and you have a flat tire and you never change a tire. And you could be like, you know what? Hey, today's the day I'm going to learn how to change a tire. Like I need to learn it sooner or later. Or you could wake up in the morning and be like, man, this day sucks. I hate going to work. I hate this. I hate that. And then you get a flat tire. You're like, fuck my life. I fucking hate it. I can't catch a break. Like you literally could manifest with your word and your thoughts of, could really change your perspective in a day and could cause you to be, content, happy, sad, whatever, experience those emotions. But it's just so important to, when you're talking to others and you're having conversations with your friends, your family, your coworkers, communicating with your coaches, the players on the team, whatever, like you want to be impeccable with your word and be very clear, concise, and come from a place of, in a positive way that can help influence others to get a task done or achieve a goal that needs to be short-term, long-term. When I think about being impeccable with your word, I really do think of, saying what you mean. Don't follow what other people say or follow other ideas that maybe don't originate from you. But at the same time, if there's other things that help influence you, that other, like certain books or certain people that you model after that have, great philosophies or have a great way of thinking, I don't think nothing's wrong with, kind of seeking and gravitating towards that person and taking their philosophy on how they think towards you, because you've seen how it helped somebody else. And honesty is a big thing. Like being honest with yourself, being honest with others puts you in a position where you don't have to try to recollect all your lies that you have told people before. Because how embarrassing. I've done that too, man. I've lied. Everybody has lied. Right. You say you didn't lie, you're a fucking liar. So it's like, and that's being impeccable with your word, being honest. You put yourself in a position where you don't look like a fool or a coward, or you don't look like, a person that doesn't really, has authenticity in the things that they say. That, instead of trying to put a front, just be yourself. Yeah. If you're sensitive, then be fucking sensitive. If you want to cry, cry. And that's one thing I'm learning is like, be myself. I have a different perception just like everybody else. We could read the same sentence of whatever it is, and we're both going to perceive it differently. So, and that's the one thing I understand is, find your truth, find what you like, and be honest with your word, and try to, focus on your integrity. Don't try to, try to lie. The moment you start lying is the moment you put yourself in a hole, and it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper into the point where the truth always comes out.
Facts.
Always.
Facts. And it's so, I think especially, when you're looking for a partner or whatever, like on the honesty part, bro, it's huge, bro. It's so respectable, just on a, a moral aspect. Like, damn, like this person would rather tell the truth and deal with how it is than to sit there and lie and make up shit and bullshit or point the finger. Like, it's a big part of accountability, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? In all aspects, whether if it's business or sports or just friendship in general. Like nobody want to be around a motherfucker that always lie. Like like, hey, did you take my $5 off the counter? Nah, bro. Actually, I'll help you look for it. Actually, I ain't we were seeing no $5. Like, nah, bro. Like that's just it's just annoying. More than anything. But yeah, hell yeah, that's most definitely one of the things that's definitely admirable. But yeah, I was what was I about to say?
I've came across, like, everybody has came across people who lie too. You know, like that one cousin or that one friend that no matter what, even if you seen them in the act and like they didn't see you, they would try to like lie and try to, you know, beat around the bush of whatever you caught them doing and try to justify. When you start to hear the excuses people say for not, you know, completing or doing something, and you just see them, you know, just, you know, scraping around trying to survive, like not trying to get caught up, look like a rat, like, you know, just trying to survive, you know, and like lying and, you know, doing these things that, like, if you were just honest in the beginning, you would have been all right. You would have had more respect for being honest than to fucking try to lie and try to, you know, take the coward way out and try to, you know, try to make it seem like it wasn't what it was. And you, like, everybody has one of those people that you've been around that you had to separate from yourself. Like, you had to, like, facts. You know, because, hey, you start to then manifest their habits too.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, and you know, I used to do this thing to where, like, if somebody hit me up and I was like, oh yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, you guys just call me. knowing like I'm not finna go out tonight. Like, I'll be like, nah, bro, it's good. I'll hit you. I'll hit you, bro. And just not reply. Yeah. I just put my phone on D&D, just lay in my bed. It's something that feels so good about doing that. But I don't do that no more. I try to be a man of my word, you know, especially, you know, you never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. So, like, say you don't do something with somebody, or you cut off on somebody or doing something, you know, you might not get that time back.
Definitely, man. You gotta really cherish those moments. If you have a time to get with somebody, sometimes, you know, you get caught up in your own comfort and you're like, I don't really want to go out. You're anxiety, you're anxious and nervous, and going out sometimes for people sometimes makes it a little bit hard. So I said sometimes you gotta put yourself in their perspective and, you know, realign with what you want in the future. You know, not every day is not a promise. You know, things could happen, like how you said, you could, you know, never go to sleep, never wake up. So, or accident tomorrow or something, you know, diagnosed with this. Like, you know, you have to really cherish the moments that you're in right now. And if you have the time to be with somebody who you love, whether relationship, family, friends, like, you know, take that moment and actually, you know, cherish that relationship and enjoy it. Oh my God, bro, I just remember something. This is why I be honest with myself and be impeccable with my word. Cause I remember back in like elementary, bro, the MySpace days, I had put, oh my, so embarrassing. I had MySpace, right? And I remember putting a picture of somebody else's six pack as my profile picture when I was like 12 or 13 years. I think I was like 12 or 13, bro. And I remember posting it on there. Like, you know, obviously if you post a picture of somebody with a six pack on your profile, you're making it seem like that's your body.
Yeah.
And I remember one of my cousins, like, I had a swimming pool that when we lived in Manteca, and they came over, and obviously I forgot all about that picture, and I had just took my shirt off, obviously, no six pack. And then my cousin was like, where's that six pack at, huh? I was, huh? And I remember that feeling of just embarrassment, like at the age of 12, like realizing like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're trying to act like something you're not, trying to have this. You better work for it if you really want a six pack. I ended up getting a six pack though, like a couple years later because of that shit though. That feeling, that like embarrassment, like you try to act or portray this and then end up, you know, getting put on blast because, you know, you put this, you know, you're being an imposter basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I was just like, I learned my lesson from there. Like those little lessons if you're trying to lie or
something. Caught capping.
Yep. All caps. All caps.
That's the worst too, especially because I'm pretty sure it was like more of your family. It was like a lot of your family there, and he said it too.
It was demoralizing. Everybody knew. I just remember that so well, and it just stuck with me. I mean, I don't think about it no more. You know, I don't want to punish myself over something I already punished myself with at that time, which is almost a decade ago, a decade and more. So it's like, don't lie.
Yeah,
be yourself.
Facts. Now, I really do like this book, bro. And you know, once I was reading chapter 1, and I'm like highlighting stuff, going back, reading it, highlighting stuff, going back and reading it. I'm like, damn, bro, like it's like a lot of the stuff, especially with that's what I want to talk about too. Like talking about something in the negative light too. That like you can manifest stuff in that way. So if you're sitting there, you know, like whether if it's your car or maybe it's somebody, right? Somebody you're always negative with them, like, oh, I don't fucking like this person. This person's an asshole, yada yada. Like you never know that you might like that person. You know what I mean? Like you guys would be arch nemesis and then find out, hey, this person's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, like we were enemies at one point.
Yeah,
damn,
I forget
enemies.
about that.
I hated
elementary.
you. I hated you, bro.
I remember that too.
I hated you.
I still remember a moment when I would cuss at you. Not cuss at you. I would say some foul ass like
you a cuss.
shenanigans.
You a cuss.
I was definitely cussing. And back then, man, like
10 years old.
At 10, 12, 15 years old, like the amount of things that we would say that's not acceptable at this time when it comes to certain words, you know, like we would say like, some. It was every you know word in the book that was just like you're not supposed to be saying this type of things. Like,
over basketball too.
Over basketball,
we were fucking ready to fight over basketball, bro.
I think every recess it was almost a fight. At least
it was funny. Yeah, competitive.
I loved it.
I was about to say I love it. I love it.
Looking back, I love it.
Man, like
that creates character though.
Yeah, facts. Like literally, like majority of the people like back then, like you know how we thought like back then. Majority of the people that was like, oh, I don't fuck with him like that. As soon as as soon as I get to know somebody, I'm like, oh, this dude's cool. Oh, he's actually pretty dope. Or maybe a situation like, actually, this ain't even that bad. You know?
Yeah,
and especially with meeting different, like even girls, like like back then, like, oh, this person is this, like, don't mess with her, or she's crazy, or he's crazy. It's like, nah, this person's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
like,
it's a regular human being.
I'm talking about, like, shit, my experience with him was cool. Like, so I think in the same sense, like, what's it called? Like, when someone's trying to put that, they're trying to label somebody, you know, like you gotta have your own experience with that person at the end of the day.
Obviously. It all goes to judging and projecting what they experience onto you, saying you should experience that too. It's like when you have like a teacher that people say is perverted and is rude, and then you go in there, the teacher's funny, and you roast and jokes with people like how you do with your friends, and you're like, that's not true. Like the guy, like the teacher's making jokes. He's a funny teacher, but the other person's like more sensitive or doesn't really have like the best sense of humor. Never was raised around that. Like, now this doesn't always apply. There's some people that are just a little bit perverted, a little bit weird, like and I can't accept that type of character. But a lot of times you sometimes you forget that people are just people. Like there is a little bit of you inside everybody. Like. Every single person that you see is like another person that it's just another person. It's another human being that you guys actually have more in common than you do, not. Like whether it's political views, whether it's family values, whether it's moral standards, goals, the way you talk, your books, your music, like
confidence. You
have way more shared interest than you do not. And sometimes people forget that and just focus so much on the negative, like what we don't agree in, like there's a lot of stuff that we both agree and don't agree with, but we're still best friends. We can still be brothers and have a podcast, have a conversation. We don't have to agree on everything, but it's also good to be open-minded and to hear each other out. Like, and not everybody has that capability. I have a capability that I've noticed that a lot of people don't have, which is I'm able to talk to somebody that has the opposite view of myself and what I believe, and I'm curious to know how they think and why they think like that, and where did it come from, or how do you feel about this, and I want to know more about why you think like that than why we don't agree with each other, or I'm trying to push why you should believe how I should believe, because that's problematic. You can't. Why? I'm just wasting air. I'm not here to change your mind. I don't even want to change your mind. Facts. Like, I just want to get to know you, have a conversation. You could build relationships with people that you don't agree with that can help you achieve an open network of a goal, or you could team up with somebody and invest in a business or a relationship, and you guys could provide value to each other and still have opposite views. And even I forgot what the reporter's name was. It was back in the day, but it was a black reporter that became best friends with I think it was like a head Klansman. You know what I'm talking about, right? The bigger dude. He was a music artist. He was like a jazz player. I forgot his name too, but you could easily find that. I think the guy did an interview with I think DJ Vlad, Vlad does like a lot of interviews with a lot of like artists and people and music artists. There is, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But just like how you said, you guys have complete opposite views. And he explained, like, he's like, no, like, as I got to know that person, like, he's like, even though he was a Klansman and he hated my people, he's like, we were best friends. He's like, yeah, like, he did what he did, but eventually, obviously, that dude had to change his heart, and he was like, this dude is a good person. Like, I'm not trying to spread hate anymore, yada yada. But just that aspect of it, like, the level of the mentality that you have to have and the composure you have to have around someone that's like that, it's like, man, that's admirable. You know what I mean? Like, he went into the interview, regardless of, the dude could have called him the N-word 100 times. He's like, oh, why do you think I'm an N-word? Like, why do you hate my people? Or why do you? And they had that conversation, the conversation that, a lot of people don't want to have. Like,
right.
So, oh, you hate my people because, I don't know, your girlfriend left you for a black dude, or maybe just different situations is why you don't like this person. It's like, right. Oh, that when you stop categorizing people as a whole, like, you're like, oh, that was the person. The person was an asshole. I don't like that type of person. I don't like that person, because you can be a bad person and you can be green for all I know. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter how you look, or like, oh, this group of people is like this. No, that person is like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
damn, man, just imagine if we went into conversation as a way of, why do you think like that, instead of, no, you shouldn't think like that. Yeah. It'd be a whole different, it'll be a whole different look in the world. And, all the stuff that's going on with, left versus right wing, like the liberals versus the Republicans, or all this, like, that type of, like, things that's going on social media. And, I've witnessed families not talk to other sides of family because of, they were anti-Trump, or they were with Trump, or, with Obama, not with Obama, or all these, like, the Senate, all this, like, it's such a like waste of time, like, because now you just severed your relationship with your family that you love genuinely over an idea or belief. Like, let them believe what they want to believe. Sometimes you don't have to have a conversation of politics. And if you don't know how to handle those conversations, then maybe you shouldn't have them.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't know how to hold yourself and hold a conversation with somebody that has an opposite view, then put yourself in a position to learn how to, and just be curious of why.
And when going into that, like, different people with different, mindsets, or, belief systems and stuff like that, like some people a group of people that I've always wanted to, like, kind of just sit down and talk with is, like, the type of people that are like, dang, you look good. Like, the genetics are crazy. Or like, hey, like, you look like that, or you're strong because of your ancestors, or you're strong because of, a gene. Yeah. And trust me, I get it, but did you live for 10 years plus?
Yeah.
Did you bust your ass every day to accomplish a goal? No. Okay, you can't really put me into that box. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it just, like, I feel like it, in a way, it, like, degrades, like, the hard work I've put in all the years. Because you remember how I used to look. I was a skinny little stick figure dude, with a big head, and I busted my ass to get to where I am. You know what I mean? I, forcing myself to eat, watching my meals, lifting weight, even when I can't do it, attempting it, and progressively, overloading my body, and to the point to where, like, I had no other thing to do but to grow. So
right.
I always wanted to sit down with someone like, and really, like, get to know, like, or get to know them, and, like, see, like you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe yourself enough to where you feel like you can do this on bench press, or you don't feel like you can squat this much, or you don't feel like you can get in shape. Like, oh, they put themselves into a box, like, oh, it's easier for you because of this. I was like, I can't do it because, I don't know, let's just say, I don't have a gym at home, or I don't want to go to the gym because, I don't know, last time I went, I had a bad experience, or something like that.
Right.
Or maybe they're just fucking lazy, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Have you actually spent the time to invest into your own body?
Yeah.
When you do that, and you you know, you've been in my shoes or you've been on that fitness journey, I understand it. But when you're sitting at home, you're eating McDonald's and KFC every day. Come on, bro. No, you're big for a reason, bro.
Yeah, you
change something. You drink soda pop for breakfast.
Yeah.
Come on now. You know, that's one of the like group of people that I've always wanted to like have a conversation with, because I've had it like under my comments. You've seen one time with the dude was just like,
oh, that irritated me.
Like, oh, like this is all genetics.
Yeah, you look like that because of your genetics. Like, oh, you need to put that information out there. Like, I instantly just thought about, like, you just realized that what you just said in this comment damaged you more than the other person that you're putting this comment on.
Yeah, exactly.
Because now you just limited yourself on your growth. Now you're not going to work out because why? Because I don't have the genetics. You don't even know that. You haven't got you haven't got a DNA test. You don't even know your genetics. So how are you going to say that, oh, it's because your genetics? You don't even know the other person's genetics. But it's like with the same thing. It's like you are limiting yourself from, you know, achieving your goals or success because you're comparing yourself to other people. Yeah, you might not get that same look like a Ronnie Coleman or, you know, those other guys. What's the other one? I forgot his name, but Jay Cutler. There's other Jay Cutler, other fucking big, huge, like fucking bodybuilder back then. Like, you know, yeah, you might not look like that, but you can get your own version of the best version of yourself, though. That's the goal. Be the best version with what you have, your genetics, like how you look. You can be a better version of yourself, but you gotta put the work. You gotta do the stuff that nobody wants to do. That's why you see a lot of people don't do it. Yeah. Like, and it's hella hard to be consistent too. Even me, I don't really prioritize my health. Obviously, my physical is running cardio is my thing. Like, I like stamina stuff. I like working out too. But, you know, I'm just trying to be the best version of myself. I'm not trying to look like nobody else. I'm just trying to look like what I feel is good for me and be healthy. That's my goal. I'm not going to compare myself to others and put myself down, because I know what that does, and that will get me to never do nothing.
And that comparison can hurt anybody. You can look like the most beautiful person in the world, the buffest person in the world. You pull up a picture of somebody, you can be like, damn, I want to look like that. Like, at the end of the day, just be the best version of you.
Yeah.
Like that at the core, that has to be, you know, priority number one. Just be the best you, bro, you know, in all aspects. Like, because once you get to comparing, it just fucks up it messes up every situation. It's like the appreciation out the window, everything, you know. Just grind and be a better version of yourself.
100%.
But yeah, man, I think that's gonna wrap it up for episode 6. I appreciate you guys for tapping in with us. Thank you. You know, we're at 60 subscribers now. 61. Thank you guys so much for tapping in with us. We're gonna keep climbing, keep growing. We're gonna have some merch for you guys coming soon. You guys be on the lookout for us. And, you know, we appreciate all the love and support. And we'll see you guys next time on Self Revelations.
Sheesh.